Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on the
Okie
beat,
dokie,
boy.
boomer.
Oh, my God, what a mess, man.
Okie dokie, boomer.
What a mess. God, we had a hard start. I don't even think they got to see the opener on the YouTube, so I think I might play that later if we have time. How are you, Chanda?
It feels like a Monday. Doesn't it feel like a Monday?
It feels like a Monday. It actually is a Monday. It's just been repasteurized for Tuesday, and you know how that tastes, so...
Yeah, a little sour, a little old.
Chocolate milk, man. Yeah. Hi, everybody. How's everybody been doing today? Jesus, what's up? Jesus, I said it right. President Jesus, right?
Yeah, President Jesus.
Jesus.
Welcome.
Can everybody hear me? My audio's acting up. Shanna's going to fix my audio, so...
I am. Thursday, we're going to work on audio. We're going to work on our restream. We got lots of things we got to work on. Hey, welcome to the chat, guys. I see you guys hanging out. Sarah's Gamer. Hey, Gamer. Hey, Farron. I saw your live stream today. Great job. I was in your chat going off, and I totally agree. You know I do. Eric T. Red, welcome. Eric. Dingo ate my baby. Always hanging out. Oh, now it's jumping on me. Come on. I know it always jumps. Jilly, you guys are going off about the gas prices. I know. We're going to talk about it tonight. Kate, hi, Kate.
Hi,
it's
Kate.
Boomer cleanup time. Hashtag boomer cleanup time. Okay, boomer cleanup.
Boomer cleanup. Yeah, it is boomer
cleanup. Al Walski, first in the door. Greetings from Vermont.
Al, what's up, Al? Hope you're feeling okay, Al. I've been feeling like crap for the last week. I'm just today feeling better. Eric, brother Eric, whoosh. Sabby's show tonight was a ride. I bet it was. Jimmy Dore was on there. I hear.
I just heard, and I'm so mad. Like, where was my notifications? Why didn't I see that?
I didn't get a chance. Usually, I get over there. I've just been so busy. But Eric, we're gonna talk about Sabby's stream yesterday about the. Did you see that, Chanda? The Bill Maher Cornell West interview?
I mean, I could have seen it. Hold on. I could have seen it, but I saw you put 3 clips on the deck first thing this morning when I got up, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch that because then I can have a genuine reaction. So yes, I'm looking forward to that segment.
That stream, honest to God, was one of the best streams, the best op-ed streams that I've seen to date. And it explains how you talk to these shit-lib talking points. And Sabby nailed it. There was not one error there. Sorry, Eric, but Sabby was perfect today. I usually don't say people are perfect.
Well, I did cheat and see a little clip on Twitter.
Oh,
but
she nailed it.
She did. From what I saw on Twitter, I was like, I can't wait for this segment tonight.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I got 3 cuts out of that one, and we should not get demonetized for that. But we're going to get demonetized for saying bad words, as usual.
Jimmy's going to run for what?
Jimmy's going to run for what? Comedian?
He's going to run for what?
Fair use.
Yeah.
Fair use. What?
As fair as it gets.
Is this PayPal? This is PayPal.
That is our official. Yeah, that's our
devil.
official Beauty and the Boomer PayPal. They are the devil, but we apparently work with the devil. So.
Yeah, and if you would be so kind, Patreon's the devil too, but at least it's the devil that monetizes us.
They're all the devil.
The devil! Oh. The devil! They're all the devil. So how is everybody? Did we call out the Finn? A-Rim.
No, we haven't called out the Finn. You must call out the Finn.
Fred Edward, you are so cool, Fred. You're always sharing out to our sisters and brothers.
Yes, we appreciate it. He keeps our Facebook populated with our videos, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Fred. You are a wonderful.
Hey, Trish. Welcome.
Trish, hi, Trish. Is that Trish T?
Come on.
Hi, Trish
Trish
T.
T. Trish T's
I can
hanging
see-
out over
yeah.
on the YouTube.
Barbara. Door's currently trending on Twitter. Yeah,
Jimmy Dore
if he ran-
2024.
If Dore ran for president, I'd vote for
Oh
Jimmy
my
Dore.
God. I would vote for Jimmy Dore. Hell yeah, I
Jesus Christ, yeah, it's crazy. Steve Cutler live. Where's Lucky? Is Lucky in there yet? Lucky. Linda made a card for Lucky tonight. So
Yes,
we got a
yes,
Lucky,
it's beautiful,
Lucky burrito
too.
card. Yes, she made a lot of cards tonight. You brought this. Here's the gas one. Let's get on this. We got a big
would. Okay,
show.
let's get this deck started. Let's get
We got a
started.
big show. What is this?
This is what everybody's talking about in the chat. Gas prices. When a Democrat asks if I remember January 6th, I tell them, I remember that only because gas was $2 a gallon. Yeah. And then this is called Ricky-isms. If you've never seen Trailer Park Boys, I highly recommend it. Gas 2.6 per liter, full tank equals $1.96. Canadian DN, drive off without paying, court $522.22, fine $85, a savings $111. You're welcome.
And my brother.
I don't recommend that, but I understand the math behind it.
One of my friends has a 36-gallon tank. He's got one of those double
Yeah.
axle truck things.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like I think they had to
Got a
get
reserve
Yeah,
tank.
they had to get out the paddles the other day when he filled it up. But
Oh yeah, we have a lot of motorhomes. We're a retirement community, and
Yeah.
motorhomes. You're looking at $1,000 to fill a motorhome to try to take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Really?
people aren't going out this year from the people that I've talked to that would normally go out camping or traveling.
Yeah.
No summer trips this year.
Absolutely. This is one of the cards that Linda made. Screwing over the working class is the only way anyone becomes a millionaire. General strike now. General strike before November 6th, is it? Or 5th this year? Get out there and scare the shit out of these guys, if they're scareable at all. Somebody requested a Top Gun reface. I seen you oblige them.
I did oblige them, but I brought a little bit more because did you know that actor Matthew Mahoney was supposed
Matthew
to...
Modine, yeah.
Modine, yeah. I gotta put my glasses on, damn it.
yeah.
Anyways, he was offered the role. A
Right.
couple others were offered the role too, and he turned it down. Why did he turn it down? Because he didn't want to make a 2-hour commercial for the military.
Exactly.
And everybody is talking about, oh, the new Top Gun. It's the best movie ever. It's got the most Razzie. It's got the most yeah, because the Department of Defense wants you to think that.
Yeah.
This is the military machine.
Yeah, it's social conditioning on steroids. It really is. It's and again, I told you guys I'd be watching it on Nick at Night eventually because I like to get lost and gratuitous whatever, but I don't have the.
Don't watch Nick at Night. Please don't support Nickelodeon, no matter what you do. No Nickelodeon.
I like
they
Nickelodeon.
must. No, if you knew what I knew about Nickelodeon, you would never fucking say that. You would never in your life. I know you well enough to know you would have nothing but disdain for them if you knew the things I know about.
Okay, my hypocrisy stops at Avatar: The Last Airbender.
God.
That's the one.
I'm gonna break you of Hollywood.
I like Avatar:
I'm just gonna
The
ruin
Last
it for you.
Airbender. Aang, and it was a great message and everything else. So I guess I just say one of the shows that they had on there was Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was a kids' cartoon, and I was like 50 years old, and I fell in love with it. So it still works. So,
No, it does. It absolutely.
It's had a great message, and it really was great. Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they got a live action coming. Google engineer on leave after he claims AI program has gone sentient. A Google engineer is speaking out since the company placed him on administrative leave after he told the bosses an artificial intelligence program he was working with is now sentient. Are you surprised?
No, we knew this was happening like almost 10 years ago when Facebook had a program go fucking rogue and sentient. So no, they've been warning us forever that this was happening. We've been hearing rumblings about it, for a couple of years that Google had some that were doing that. They were creating their own language. Like, no, I'm not shocked at all. And that's scary, man.
Well, they've got a company over in China or Japan that's called Skynet. So Everything's
do.
coming. Everything's
How
coming together
crazy.
nicely. It's coming together nicely, and I think that our realities are bent and everything else. We actually know everything that's gonna happen in the future. That's how we get our ideas to fuck up the future. So that's just how it works.
Some say.
Now,
Some
speaking of
say.
fucking up the future, you brought this. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. Okay. This one I have to be very delicate with. But yeah, Christina Aguilera, she gave a free concert last night. It's called the LA Pride in the Park. It was open to all ages. 21 and over only, where alcohol was being served. All attendees over 5 are required to have a ticket, so you could bring them in as young
you
as
say 5?
newborn.
5 years old.
5 years old. And so this was the main show last night for anybody over 5 who had a ticket.
Wait a second. So 5 years old, if you got to pay to get into a concert that you don't understand anyway, but 6, 7, 8, okay, just checking.
Over 5.
Over 5.
Over 5.
Okay, play it.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here, where you've got Christina Aguilera, who is on stage at an event that was billed family friendly, rocking a gigantic dildo. Hold on a second, what? Is she arrested? Hey, we gotta start arresting people for indecent exposure who are doing this. I don't care what month it is. It doesn't matter under what banner, what rainbow banner you're doing this for. If you're on a stage in front of children and you've got a gigantic dildo between your legs and you're fake masturbating it, you gotta be arrested. You clearly have to be arrested. But of course, no, the tolerant, progressive lefties will say, how dare you? You must be a bigot. No, I'm just kind of against this type of behavior being shoved in the faces of small children under the guise of unity and love and tolerance. No. This is clear depravity, and these people need to be held accountable. They need to be arrested. The people who put on this concert should be arrested. The people who brought their children to this event, maybe they didn't know that this was going to happen, so I'm going to give these people a pass. But there's plenty of people bringing their children to some of these wonky... You bringing your child to one of these bars where they're doing one of these drag queen things? You brought your kid to a bar, idiot. We're going to arrest you. Start arresting people. This is insane. Take a look at this. This is Gateway Pundit. Christina Aguilera wears green rhinestone strap-on while performing at LA's all-ages Pride in the Park. Arrest the city council. Arrest all of these degenerates. You signed off on this? This is fine? Of course it's not fine. She should be charged. If you had a dude up there stroking his dong in front of children, you'd arrest him. Well, she's out there miming this. Arrest her. It's stupid. Singer Christina Aguilera wore a green rhinestone strap-on while performing at the all-ages Pride in the Park event in Los Angeles. The 41-year-old performer performed her greatest hits while wearing a sex toy, which had she even bedazzled the sex toy. What an idiot.
So yeah, no, Salty is not anti-gay. He is not anti-trans. People love to throw labels around, and we don't do that around here. Salty's just salty because he's tired of being burned by the liberals. And absolutely, I agree. This was so inappropriate. Jim Morrison, many of greats have been arrested on stage for whipping it out because there was children in the audience. The laws haven't fucking changed. We don't bend the laws for whatever community has decided that they want to do this. It's just inappropriate. Children don't belong in bars, which that's a whole different subject, which I didn't bring. And yes, Jilly, I have seen the Alex Stein in Dallas videos, and I agreed with him. It's crossing a line. It's totally inappropriate. That's just period. It's inappropriate. That was inappropriate. And I mean, Janet Jackson shows her boob at halftime or Super Bowl, and the whole world melts down. But Christina Aguilera is allowed to do this free in the park. If you want to see the footage, it's all over Twitter.
No, I don't want to see it.
No, you don't want to see it because it really is so just inappropriate to think that there's kids there watching that.
Well, is there any way I can play devil's advocate here?
Go ahead, bring it on.
I don't think I can. Well, you knew that was going to be part of the act, so why did you bring your kids? I don't think they knew it was going to be part of the act.
No.
How would they know that? But now they do. Now they do.
How is inappropriate sexual content? No. How are you supposed to foresee that that's going to be happening in the park?
There is nothing. It's
Christina Aguilera. She's saying genie in a bottle.
It's indecent exposure, and there are laws against it. And I'm not a prude by any means. And there are places to go if you want to see that shit. But
yeah, exactly.
It's bars over 21, right? Nightclubs, strip clubs. Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Even if you're mimicking the stuff, I don't think there's anything there. So
that's why we have warning signs on strip joints and freaking nudie bars. I'm not saying you're welcome to do it, watch it, whatever, but you give warnings out so that way it doesn't, it's not seen by children.
Yeah, and I'm not being a prude. I'm still a wild child.
Yeah, you call me a prude. I'm a freaking mother and a grandmother, and so whatever.
Ain't gonna work.
Call me a prude, whatever you want.
Did you bring Nancy Pelosi with a strap on here, or what is this?
Oh my gosh, this one's gonna trigger you because this one's got some stuff in it that will piss you off.
Oh, that's all I need.
Fox News alert. Call it a partial victory for the primetime team and for America.
News.
No, we want Fox News. We want this one, right?
Nancy! Yeah. What? Nancy! What? Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, Paul. What do you want? Hey, I need you to drive me to the store. Well, you're gonna have to wait, Paul. I'm busy at a drag show. But I need to go to the store. Did you hear what I said? I said I'm busy doing drag, okay? But I need a ride. Well, you should have started that before you got in your car drunk. I'm sorry. You're always sorry, Paul. You've embarrassed me for the last time! I said I was sorry! I said I was sorry. You know they released your mugshot today, Paul? They did? Yeah, they did. And because of you, I am now the joke of American politics. I'm sorry! People took me seriously. People look up to me. And now because of your drunk driving, nobody takes me serious anymore. So can you take me to the store or not? Paul, you get out of that car this instant! But it's hot out! I don't care. I'm busy doing drag, okay? Drag comes first. Drag is what America is all about. And drag is certainly more important than you, Paul! You go, girl! Can I get 2 snaps in Z formation?
I told you.
Remember,
told you.
She was on RuPaul's Drag Race. She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was. Now, let's clear the air on this. Paul,
Paul getting arrested, right?
Yeah, they have not dropped the charges yet, from what I've read.
Yeah, there's a lot of pushback going on to that office because people have questions. And why did it take this long to get the mugshot released? That's a matter of public record. If it was you or I, all you had to do is file the FICA, wait for it, and then you get it. So this is just, this is Jesse Waters. Yeah, it's a Fox clip, but he's got some good questions and some good points.
Fox News alert. Call it a partial victory for the primetime team and for America. Just moments ago, the Napa County DA was forced to release Paul Pelosi's mugshot from the night Nancy was out of town when he got popped for drunk driving. Today was the deadline for our
I'm going to move that
FOIA
next one down to the COVID one.
There it is.
Okay.
Pretty close to the sketch we
Go
commissioned.
into bad faith.
Pretty close. Crooked politicians and political appointees in California spent more than 2 weeks trying to keep this photo from going public. Why? Was it really that bad? Pretty handsome for a drunk 82-year-old. Initially, Napa County claimed this would jeopardize the investigation.
Oh, bullshit.
Did it jeopardize? Of course not.
Did it?
No.
They were just trying to protect the most powerful Democrat in California, Nancy Pelosi, and the most powerful woman in America. Sorry, Kamala. It's worth noting they sent this to all the other media outlets before Fox, even though we were the only network that asked for it. So they're bitter. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't about politics. This is about fairness. We just want to know what happened. And we're entitled to the same information they would release about any other DUI arrest, like someone who's not married to California royalty. The DA is still stonewalling, though, on the dash cam, the body cam, and the drunk tank cam. But we're not going to give up, because there are valid questions that have to be answered for the American people, of course. Like, what was Paulie P. doing out so late when Nancy was out of town? Was he alone in the car? What did he say to the cops when they arrived on the scene? Did he try to slip them 100? Was he able to walk in a straight line, touch his nose, hop on one leg?
Yeah.
Did Bubba cuddle up with him on the floor of the drunk tank while he was working off his hangover? We need to see all of it. Now, some of you might be thinking, come on, Waters, let it go already. You sound like Rachel Maddow with Trump's tax returns.
No shit.
But we can't let this go. And here's why. You can never underestimate the power of liberal privilege. When Democrats do bad things, you only hear about it for a day. Then the machine kicks into high gear. The story goes down the memory hole. Nobody covers it, and there are no consequences. No accountability. As long as you voted for Joe.
You know what?
So,
he's full of shit.
I agree.
Full of
He's
shit.
full of shit. I agree with a lot of what he's saying when it comes to Pelosi and him being held accountable. But this liberal fucking privilege, no, it's elite privilege, and y'all got it.
Yeah, it's class privilege, asshole. So
Exactly.
don't, and keep trying to be funny. You might want to go take some lessons from real comedians.
He's trying hard, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Speaking of funny, I want to start this off. This is a sample of a progressive left interview here. Now you see how they picked the card. Bree's smiling and Rokana's smiling. Look at those big cheeks. I just want to reach out and pinch his cheek.
He's got chipmunk cheeks.
He's got chipmunk cheeks. So cute. But this is Brianna Joy Gray, and I'm not going to disparage her for doing what she feels is, progressive discussion and discourse and interviews. But I'm sick of these kinds of interviews, and I'll just tell you. But
Me too. Softball. Yeah.
This is, and although she asks poignantly hard questions, she lets them all get off the hook with their double talking bullshit. And this is, I recommend you watch the whole thing. It's the one from yesterday on Bad Faith. But let's just listen to it, and you'll see what I mean, and I'll follow up.
Barf. I agree. Fair and barf.
But one thing I did want to ask you about was, the left has been curious about your decision to weigh in on the New York Senate race, where the DSA endorsed candidate Kristen Gonzalez has a new challenger in the form of Nomiki Konst.
Listen to this bullshit.
Herself, embedded in the left media world, has previously run for public advocate in New York and is known to many in this arena. She was part of a community on the left that was very critical of the Force the Vote movement, largely because it was considered to be divisive, that it was dividing the left. And now some people are saying that she's doing the same by entering this race where there was a clear progressive candidate. You have endorsed Nomiki Konst. And I will also know, on a personal note, one of the first articles I ever covered for The Intercept was about your endorsement of Joe Crowley over AOC back in the day, and then the revised kind of dual endorsement. So what has caused you to weigh in this race, and why Nomiki?
Yeah, well, for the AOC thing, I'm proud I'm the only member who actually did endorse her that race. A dual endorsement by admission, but I did endorse her, and obviously that turned out to be a correct bet given all that she's contributed. Nomiki, I've known Nomiki. Nomiki, when I won for Congress, had a tweet that criticized me because I had beaten my conduct. And then we actually struck up a conversation and friendship, and both became huge supporters of Bernie Sanders. As you know, she's been a very strong supporter of Senator Sanders. And I got to know her in my involvement in the Sanders campaign, but also before that in calling on Senator Sanders to run. And she started a organization that was encouraging working mothers to run for office. So I don't know her opponents. I don't know New York politics, obviously, that well. And I've heard only good things about her opponent. I mean, no disrespect her. I've just worked with Nomiki a lot on progressive causes, and particularly in support of Senator Sanders and some of in her work when she was at the Young Turks, and that's why I endorsed her.
Her work at the Young Turks, does that speak volumes or what? She was against force the vote. Nomiki is basically buds with Chink and Anna and Sam Cedar and Emma Vigeland over there. And did you detect that this interview had been edited quite a bit? Just this little section here.
Oh yeah.
It seems like it was edited a lot. I do,
This is just more fucking horseshit, is what this is.
Who cares about
Nomiki
on
the ground and in this movement since the beginning with Bernie Sanders? Yeah, okay. We worked Bernie Sanders together, and I'm endorsing her because she became a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Nomiki crawled up the asses of anybody who looked like that she could use as a stepping stone to try to get into anything. You know, she was on that commission to reform the DNC after they fucked Bernie Sanders during the primary. And she was supposedly the only progressive on there other than Cornel West, right? They didn't do shit. You know, they didn't get rid of superdelegates.
It was all performative crap.
It was all fucking performative crap. She comes out of that and then she runs for something in New York. I can't remember. It's like some...
It was Advocate, I think.
Advocate, yeah. She ran for Advocate, and that was just, you know, about getting PR. She's a damn carpetbagger who's looking to step up. I've met Nomiki, and yeah, I saw that whole crowd come together. That sickening Sam Cedar, Dave Packman, Emma Viglin, TYT fucking stew that we're stuck with now. And, you know, and in the beginning, they toted that, oh, we're progressive line.
No,
but when
not.
it came down to walking the walk and talking the talk and supporting actual working class fucking folks in their fights, bullshit, they were crawled right up the fucking corporate ABC ass and Katzberg's money and anybody else, Soros. I'm sure Nomiki, just my conspiracy, is taking her shit ton of fucking dirty money from Dems that she shouldn't have.
Yeah, and she's in that race to split up the votes, so the clown that's in there wins. Truly.
Yep.
I
and
think,
bro, he doesn't know. Mickey just said, hey, you want to give me an endorsement? And he was like, yeah, I'll endorse her. And he's like, well, I don't know anything about New York politics.
well, what's he endorsing? What's he endorsing her for?
If
then?
you don't know anything,
you don't know,
like,
you don't endorse. Do
Yeah.
your research, Congressman.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing. We let these congressional representatives slide, and you listen to them double talking. You don't challenge him. If you watch
he's the worst.
If you watch this interview with this part, because I won't pay for Bad Faith Podcast, because Sister Bree's going in directions that I have no interest in. I'd rather support the smallest channels out there that are the up-and-coming channels, the ones that are struggling to get out there, than, you know, Sister Bree. Nothing personal yet, but... This was just the softballest interview that I heard, at least this segment. I imagine if I heard the whole thing, maybe, what was this a softball? But I've heard her do things before. And,
I have too.
And when she did that Summit review from Marianne Williamson's Summit, that was a farce. And her call-in was a farce. The only one on that call-in that nailed it was CJ from Revolutionary Blackout Network. Right. He nailed it. And she was trying to keep the conversation going and basically saying, but, well, what if and what if? No. So I digress. I want to get into this because...
No, you're right. This fires me up because this is what pisses me off about the movement. It just leaves me like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore because it was us. It was our fucking work. It was our canvassing. It was our door knocking. It was our data that got people like fucking Roe and Parmilla and AOC fucking elected.
Absolutely. Now, I moved the Sabby Says segment up in the deck because it's...
No, that's fine. It's a big segment.
It's a big segment, and she deserves kudos and credit. And go over, if you have not subbed to Savvy's channel on Rockfin and on what are YouTube and the other channels, you're missing out. Go over there. This young woman has got her shit straight. And her engineer does too, by the way. Eric,
shout out.
Eric the Red. But anyway, this is how you pull apart shitlib talking points, and Sabby nails it. So we've got three segments. Gonna start with the first one. Gonna scream a little bit, and then we're gonna do the second one. Then we're gonna scream some more, and then we're gonna finish. You guys are gonna love this. If you haven't seen it already, go over there and watch it. It dropped today about noon, and I watched it when it came out originally. She was on it. So here we go.
Some of the things he's done.
Low loud.
Here he comes. Here comes Bill Maher, here to rescue and defend Joe Biden. And I want you to pay close attention to all the items that he mentions because I'm going to debunk them. Here we go. Let's go through these, shall we? You know what was interesting to me is that Bill Maher did what liberals tend to do. He led with identity politics. The very first item that he mentioned on this list appointed one of the most diverse cabinets in history. Because that's how a lot of liberals think in this country. They lead with that. They lead with identity politics. Because they don't have anything else to go off of because he hasn't really done anything. He hasn't really improved things for people in this country. That's why people are still mad about the economic situation that they have right now. So the first thing he does, leading with identity politics. The second item, identity politics. First Black, Asian American, and female vice president. Now, to those of you who support this, who think that it's okay to lead with identity politics and that's all we should be thankful for and happy for, I ask you this question. What do those two items actually do for the American people? How does having the first Black, Asian American, and female vice president, how does that help people right now when gas is expensive? How does that help people right now when there's a baby formula shortage in this country? How does that help people right now who are just boggled down with mounds of student loan debt? How does that help people right now that don't know how they're going to pay their rent next month? Because these landlords are still increasing the rent, even though they said that they wouldn't. They're still increasing it, but our pay hasn't increased. How does that actually help people? What does that do for the American people? Economically, not a damn thing. It's just virtue signaling. That's all this is. And he led with it.
Now, Sabby could do a live interview with Mar, okay? Yeah. And she could challenge him like this.
He wouldn't. He's a chicken shit.
He is a chicken shit.
He's a liberal. And I agree. When she said, I see him as a liberal, I see him, Colbert, all the usual. Yeah, they're all Kimball. Yeah,
and they're all working for him.
Jon Stewart is in that group too. Yeah, he steps out of there occasionally, but he still stays in that lane.
Yeah, I mean they gave him the 9/11 responders. Okay, John, you can beat the shit out of us on that.
Okay, I give him kudos on that. But that's it. He has stuck his head in the fucking sand over everything else over the last.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Joe Biden go on Bill Maher's show. It would tank his show. He deserves that. He deserves that. Anyway. Sabby makes more points here. I mean, she's right on. And, of course, she's going to be a little bit more thoughtfully kind if she has somebody in that interview as a discussion.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
But not to the level, I believe, of Brianna Joy Gray. I think that Sabby, and I might be assuming, but I think Sabby's more invested in our sisters and brothers here, that it's going to compel her to be a little bit more outspoken with these representatives and hold them their feet to the fire publicly. And that's what I would love to see.
Environment, man. It's environment. You can tell by watching Sabs. I've met her a few times. I don't really know much about her personal life, but I can tell by watching her that I can relate to her. She has the working class struggle. She knows the working class struggle. And I feel that. I get that from her when I watch her shows. That's why I relate to her. I watch Brianna and I see, Ivy League elite who, good for her. She's standing up for the poor people.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is.
Not buying it. Let's listen to part 2 here.
Bill Maher walked right into the liberal trap. Let me lead with the black this and the black and the woman that. And that's what a lot of liberals do. The next item. Directed federal agencies to address the impacts of systemic racism on black communities and advance racial equity. What do you need to address? The research has already been done. The data has already been given. This is one of those things I see politicians do. They create a committee to address something.
Yeah.
They create a committee to let's do the research when the research has already been done, instead of actually fixing the issue. You can already knock off 1, 2, and 3 off this list when we're talking about what has Joe Biden really done for minorities. Because making a committee to address something doesn't mean anything when the research is already done, the data is already there, you're not actually doing anything to improve people's conditions in the community. You're not funding these schools. You're not improving transportation services. You're not paying people more. Your committee to address systemic racism isn't helping. It's not doing anything. Extended the eviction moratorium that disproportionately helped Black families remain in safe housing during the pandemic. At the same time that he kicked people off unemployment?
Yep.
What?
What?
He only extended the eviction moratorium because there was pressure put on him to do so.
Yep.
Because there were activists.
Yep.
And because the squad did that whole theatrics event at the Capitol, which they got approval to do so. That's the only reason why it was extended. The last one, executive order to improve educational opportunities for Black people. What educational opportunities? What were they? That could mean anything. What do you mean?
Committees.
I love her defeated, just like,
yeah.
I can't believe this is the shit we're dealing with.
It is the shit you're dealing with. It is, absolutely. And she lays it out there, plain and simple. It's not a really well articulated stump. It's her speaking from the heart. You can tell.
And breaking it down. Yeah.
And that's something I wish I could say about Sister Bree. But I feel there's motivation there that is not homegrown grassroots like I get from Sabrina Salvati. Again, sub to her, listen to her. Let's push our sisters and brothers like Franco and Sister Sabby and Misty and the rest of our community. Let's push them to the top. Help them. Okay, this is segment number 3, and then I'll finish up with my screaming, because this is what we need from everybody that has the capacity to make these cases. This is exactly what we need, and I know a lot of you out there, you might be a little shy, you don't do it, but you can do it. Just do it. Think about it.
No. Look, he's doing it again. Let's go through these items again, one by one. DOJ banned the use of chokeholds by federal law enforcement. He's giving more money to the police. He's not defunding the police. He's giving more money to the police. Are all of those police departments no longer doing chokeholds? I beg to differ. Not based on the videos that I've seen recently. DOJ sued Georgia over discriminatory voting laws. But that's something that helps him. That's something that helps the Democratic Party. So you can go out and vote for them. Infrastructure plan, which I told you guys, that wasn't enough money. There needed to be more added into that. So we'll let that stay, but that wasn't enough. Cash relief program cut Black child poverty by 40%. Guys, don't you remember last year they said we lift half of the kids out of poverty?
There should be no
and
poverty.
They were bragging about that. They're still bragging about this, by the way. What about the other half?
Exactly. What about the other half?
What about the other half? Establish Juneteenth as a federal holiday.
Fuck.
More identity politics. More virtue signaling. See, this is the liberal mindset. Let me tell Black people what Joe Biden has done for them. Let me remind them that he gave them Juneteenth as a federal holiday. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does making Juneteenth a federal holiday, does that fix the schools in Black neighborhoods? Does that stop police from shooting unarmed Black people? Does that stop police from targeting Black people in those neighborhoods? The next one, nominated first Black woman to the Supreme Court. More identity politics. What does that do to help Black people? And the last one, executive order to hold officers accountable for police misconduct. How? How are you holding them accountable? How are they being held accountable? I'm still seeing police videos come out every other day.
Listen to this.
I just saw a video about a week or two ago of a police officer tasing a pregnant Black woman and on her belly.
On her belly.
Jesus.
I saw that.
I don't see any accountability there. This is what liberals do, you guys. Do you see this? So you go ahead and you remove Juneteenth as a federal holiday, nominated the first black woman to the Supreme Court, and the other two previously. 4 of these items that he mentioned are just virtue signals. That's it. That doesn't help black people. The first black woman to the Supreme Court, you know who that helps? That helps Joe Biden, and that helps the black woman who went to the Supreme Court. That helps her.
That helps her. That doesn't help any of us. None of us.
She's so right. The virtue signaling, and yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So we won't give you anything of substance, nothing that's going to help your communities, but we'll give you these tokens that we can tote around.
This goes on. You guys got to go over and watch it. Watch the full interview. It's like 45 minutes, roughly. Eric, if you've got the link, please drop it. I don't have the link to drop in the chat, but it goes on, and then Bill Maher starts talking about how, well, you've got to give some stuff up, and Sabby addresses that even.
Shut the fuck up.
He's privileged. He doesn't, and he goes, well, that's what politicians do. This is the shit lib mentality as far as making excuses for half of that coin, that duopoly coin that's been screwing us for decades, murdering people around the world. They're responsible. It has to stop. Now, this was
not going to stop.
This was a setup on Mars' show, because I'm sure they told Cornel West what they were going to talk about, but Mars producers made sure they got a list of what Joe Biden has done that's been good for the black community. Okay? And they flamed out. I think the segment was called Cornel West Educates Bill Maher.
Right, it was, yeah.
I think it should be Sabrina Salvati educates all of us on how to do it.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You go look at this kind of crap, and you just take your little pad and paper and you write down why it's bullshit on the side of each one. If you want a good template, go over to the Daily Gross. I call it the Daily Gross. It's the Daily Co's. They got a 54-point list of what Joe Biden has done that's been good.
Right.
And 53 of those things are total bullshit and virtue signaling. So that's what you got to do. Anyway, kudos to Sabrina. Keep doing what you're doing. You're knocking it out of the park. And I know you're doing it because it has to be done. And more people need to step up. And you need to keep doing the great work you're doing. Eric, you're doing a great job over there supporting her. Thank you so much. I just can't say any more. I did make a declaration today, Chanda. I said
what's
that we, and I spoke for us, and you can decline if you want. I doubt if you will. But we ride with the couch, the combo couch. We ride with Sabby Sabs. And I personally am writing with INN Media, because INN Media is bringing all this independent media, and we don't agree on everything, but I'll tell you who we agree with the most, and it's going to be Sabrina Salvati and the couch. And anytime you guys need any production help, if there's something we can do to help you, we're there. So
shout out. Yeah, we've got all the tools.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. You keep knocking it out of the park, and one of these days, I want to see you interviewing and having discussions and forums with all of these people like Ro Khanna and AOC. Just try not to platform them too high. Just get them in there and make them be real.
Right. That's the problem.
That's the problem. And that's we don't do a lot of interview shows. We'd rather bring our sisters and brothers who are making independent media happen on our shows.
I don't want to interview those asshats.
I don't want to do it either.
I did it for years.
Ro Khanna? Terrible.
I want to shout out to Becca C. Thank you so much for the super chat over on the YouTube. For you, I love the cute little stickers. So sweet. You're fired up, Oz. You're fired up.
I am fired. Yeah, shout out to Case Study QB. Absolutely, Lucky Burrito. And I want to tell everybody, it doesn't matter what community you're in. There are people in those communities that are hurting bad. Mutual aid, mutual aid, mutual aid.
Aid, yes.
And I want you guys to remember that. And I know a lot of you are doing your best to help, and we do too. We really try. We really, really try. Did I bring this or did you bring this?
No, I brought this, and we've got a huge deck, so let's move fast through a bunch of this.
Okay, here we go.
This is Biden. Biden is getting ready to go on a trip.
Oh, where's he going? Saudi Arabia?
He's going to Saudi Arabia and Israel.
Oh, great.
Arm in arm.
Oh, God. I hope he took his chapstick.
I hope he
President
does too.
Biden will travel to Israel, the West Bank, and Saudi Arabia next month. During the 4-day trip, he's going to meet with leaders from all over the region. So Nancy Cordes is joining us now from the White House to talk a little bit more about this trip that we really just learned about this morning. So Nancy, give us the deets. What do we know? Tell us what is likely to happen.
So this is going to be a whirlwind trip, Vlad and Anne-Marie. He's going to first go to Israel, then to the West Bank. He'll meet with the Palestinian leader, Mahmoud Abbas, and then probably the most controversial leg of this journey, he is going to go to Saudi Arabia. And that is something that even some members of his own party have discouraged him from doing. They argue that the crown prince is a pariah, Mohammed bin Salman, because of his involvement in killing a U.S.-based journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, and other human rights abuses. They say the president should stay as far away from him as possible. But you've heard the president over recent weeks kind of laying the groundwork for this trip, saying that he'll talk to anybody who can help the U.S. economically. And obviously, Saudi Arabia and the surrounding countries have a great deal of oil, which is crucial to the White House right now as the U.S. faces record high gas prices. So he is going to be going to Saudi Arabia, meeting with the King Salman, and with the crown prince.
Oh, he better pack his knee pads.
Kissing ass. Okay.
Kiss ass.
Kiss ass. Yeah,
fucking disgusting,
I hear,
right? And that.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you that she goes on to ask him about the journalists, killed in Saudi Arabia, and it's like, I want to know about the journalists killed in, Palestine on the Gaza Strip. Like, come on, why are you guys talking about that? Nobody's asking him that.
Yeah, Blinken lied his ass off the other day to
Oh,
Abby Martin.
I know. We brought that clip with Abby Martin.
That was he was lying like a big dog.
Big dog.
You've got
big
my
dog
favorite.
lie.
You've got my most unfavorite light here.
Yes, I know. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, and I do. So where do I go to apply for fuel stamps?
It's coming. We're going to get rationed. What's this clip right here?
Sure. Oh, well, this is just telling you that, the stock market's got all these bubbles and ready to implode. You've only been saying that for a couple of years now, so.
Finally caught up with me, huh?
It's catching up with you.
Here we go.
Is a sell-off. Eddie Gabor joins me now, the man himself. You said earlier this week that we were in the calm before the storm. That was earlier this week. All right, it's Friday. Is this the storm?
It is, Stuart. And what this confirms is the Fed is going to have to force a recession to get inflation down. This is what we've been warning about. This is why we have not been.
You're going to have to force a recession.
Year, and investors need to take this serious. Trying to pick a bottom in this type of environment is dangerous, and I don't think we're anywhere close to a bottom. So they need to take these opportunities to protect their hard-earned capital before it gets a lot worse.
Their hard-earned capital. I'm going to cry.
We're nowhere near the bottom.
Well, Stuart, if you think about all this money that went in the system over the last 2 years, created, in my opinion, one of the largest bubbles of our lifetime. And now they have to unwind the balance sheet, which means these bubbles are going to be popping one by one, and it's already happening. It happened in crypto first. It's down 50%. NASDAQ's down over 30 from its highs. And you're going to start seeing the larger cap plays do that. This market has to reset to where it was prior before we can move forward. So that means we need to be
prior
down
was
at a
built on
minimum
bubbles
of 30% in the S&P, in my opinion, before we can even think about being close to a bottom. And lastly, the VIX has been so tame. You do not have a market bottom when you have so much complacency. So VIX is going to 40. We're going down at least 30+% in my opinion, and investors need to protect their capital.
So what's
30%? Did he say 30%?
Down at least 30% on the S&P. I think we're down about 20% now. When's this over? When are we looking at the other side of this?
So I think the summer is going to be the worst part of this market. As I said on Wednesday, we've told clients, and it's hard to predict, but as our best estimate right now is fourth quarter or late third quarter is when we're going to start nibbling back into this market, because I think the Fed
that would be January.
Prove everyone wrong, and they're going to continue to tighten into this slowdown. It is a big, big mistake, but they're going to do it, and it's going to cause markets to really tumble.
You know what?
they'll double down.
You know what he's saying. This translates to Guess what? Remember your 401k when you lost 40% of it last time? Well, this time you're going to lose 60%.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah, they're going to take it
Bye-bye.
they're going to take it from everybody that can't afford to lose it. Their retirements, all that stuff.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We predicted this 2 years ago. I remember us sitting on air and saying they're coming for your retirement. That's all that's fucking left. They got your houses. They got everything from you. Now the only thing left is your retirement.
You're
and they're
so
sure
damn
coming for it.
cynical, Chanda. Damn it, Chanda.
Cynical. I've lived in the system long enough to know.
They fuck you at the drive-through.
Oh my God. But the White House just thinks if they don't acknowledge it, it's not happening. They're fucking oblivious to it. Listen to what the White House says. Most adults are happy with the percentage with their finances right now.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Why do you think it is that 83% of people polled by the Wall Street Journal say the economy is poor or not so good?
We are in a fundamentally different place compared to when the president took office and compared to this time a year ago. And so, during this presidency, people felt uncertain about the economy generally, but they actually felt as good about their personal financial situation as they ever have, according to the Federal Reserve survey, with nearly 80% of adults reporting that they are financially comfortable. So that matters as well.
80%.
You're saying that people feel good about their personal financial situation. High gas prices, people can't get baby formula, the supply chain is messed up, everything is more expensive. Where's the good part?
Oh, I should have refaced myself on
What
douchey.
is she? I want to know what the fuck they're smoking at the White House. 83% of American adults polled are happy with their current financial situation. Are you kidding me? Why would she even fathom that a stat like that for the whole country could be real?
Hey, if you
with
tell
the amount of homeless and unemployment that we have.
If you tell a lie enough, people will believe it until they have to go buy groceries and gas.
Yeah, according to the Federal Reserve. Exactly, Farron. That was the funniest statement there.
Yeah, that
According
is
to the Federal
hilarious.
Reserve, because, they know.
They know.
But that's okay, because it's your fault. The economy is your fault.
It's your
right?
fault.
It's your fault. Yahoo says, what causes a recession? Maybe it's you and how grumpy you are about the economy.
I'm pretty.
Oh, damn it, Oz. I knew you were causing
I'm
this
Mr.
shit.
Grumpy. I gotta get my angry bird hat on or something.
Yeah,
Who made this? Did you make this or did no? This was Linda made this. Show me a billionaire and I'll show you someone who steals from the working folks for a living. That's exactly. And
I love that
she
one.
did not put Bezos in there. And I can't remember exactly why. But
I see Bezos. Bezos is there.
Nope, that's Musk, and I don't know who that. That's Starbucks.
Bezos is right there. What are you talking about? Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah, no, he's not in there. Elon
I'm looking
Musk.
at there's Elon Musk. Above him is Bezos.
Oh, Bill Gates. Bill Gates. Sorry.
Bill Gates is it?
Boomer moment. Boomer
You're
moment.
gaslighting me. Boomer man.
moment.
You're gaslighting
Boomer moment. Sorry. I'm looking at Bezos and saying Bill Gates, but Bill Gates is too busy buying up farmland, so you guys can't have any
He's
vegetables
a farmer,
anymore.
yeah, exactly.
He's a farmer. I like making predictions, and I still think that this war is finishing up tomorrow.
Yeah, it is finishing up soon.
What did I say? I said June 15th, right? And
I think you did.
And
yes.
that's because the fall harvest, the shipping, the holidays, and just downright food. But we'll see. We'll see if the U.S. is going to keep sending billions and billions of dollars to this proxy war. Now, I went in my time machine, Chanda. My time machine, and I looked at the electoral map results from 2024. And this is your electoral map results for 2024. How far off do you think I am as of today?
Wow.
I
don't think you're that far off, really. I can't see. I'm like, okay, maybe you could flip Colorado, but then I'm like, no, there's a lot of red there that's going to be pissed off about what's been going on.
No, I think Alaska's a lot. I mean, Wisconsin.
Nevada might even.
Nevada's
pretty dim, but there's a lot of Republicans there too.
Yeah,
so.
Nevada's gotten hit so hard, they might just flip. But I'm thinking you're going to be looking at the United States of red in the 2024 election results.
Yeah,
and
you might be right. You might be right.
I mean, it's just a duopoly. There's a red side and a blue side. So that's my time machine prediction for 2024.
Got to get off the coast, man. They got to get off the liberal coast.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Minnesota, for some reason, they are vote blue no matter who to the core. And we're not advocating that they vote, either way, vote whatever. What we're advocating for is vote on the issues. Vote on your pocketbook. It's the economy. It's the climate. It's the end of the world, stupid. So I don't think red is going to be the answer, but I think this is what's going to happen at all.
Yeah, well, no, this is the pendulum swinging back the other way, and we've predicted this for,
big time
since 2016. And this map looks like the Reagan map, absolutely. And that was because the pendulum swinging back from Carter. So this is what we do. And Carter was here because of the pendulum swinging back from fucking Nixon. And that's just the way they play. They volley. That's all it is. They volley. And nothing ever changes except for the American people getting screwed. We get screwed worse.
I platform Bernie Sanders. Don't beat me too hard.
I brought him too.
Bernie Sanders says he won't primary Biden and would support him if he runs again. What is wrong with you, Bernie? What the hell is wrong with you?
When I saw this, and all of our people that we used to campaign with and be on the ground, activism in meetings and fighting they just love this shit. They're just sucking it up. They're sharing this. Did you see? Why are you sharing CNN? Come on, don't share it. Bernie, I'm so disappointed, so done. I'm not even that disappointed. I'm over it. It's like a bad boyfriend when you look back years later and go, oh God, what did I ever see in that guy?
Yeah, I was going to upload this, but I didn't. Fox Nation had a debate. Bernie on high gas prices as oil companies price gouge the American people. The thing of it is he was debating Lindsey Graham. Why?
I do declare.
Why? Why bother? Why bother? Because Bernie's saying the same thing he said back in the late 90s. Same thing. Where has that gotten us, Bernie? You could have called out the Democrats for rigging 2 primary elections and not had this problem. You had that power. You've lost all respect. So don't be polishing Bernie on the head. Oh, we liked him at one time and he did a good job. No, he didn't. He stabbed you square in the back. He betrayed the movement.
Yeah,
he let you down in the worst way. So retire. Go retire. Go with your grandkids. Swing them on the swing. I'm done with you, man.
Yeah.
So done with you. Anyway. Here we go. Did you put this in? Brain fry?
Yeah, I brought this. We're doing the whole brain fry. So this, Matt Orfalea made this in right before the election, right? This is before Biden got elected. So this is all his gaffes on the campaign trail. And I'm just bringing clips of this to point out, we fucking knew it. We fucking told you guys. What did you expect? I don't want to hear no crying from anybody who voted for fucking Biden because you knew. You knew this is what this guy was like.
Okay, we're just giving this in cuts, right?
Yeah, just in cuts.
Okay, this is tonight's cut.
There's no cut.
Excuse me, on what we're doing right now on camera.
Biden making a series of unusual rhetorical detours at the town hall dedicated to health care.
Imagine what would have happened if, God forbid, Barack Obama had been assassinated after becoming the de facto nominee.
The first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump.
If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me. The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people. My point is...
That's not true. The other one is here.
The cut's there. Why don't I see the cut? That's weird. But that's fine. No, you can cut it. We got more Biden stuff coming up.
I just cut it, so that's fine. Yeah, I cut it at 350, just for your records.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. We knew. We've got a guy that should be in a being taken care of, and he is being taken care of. So,
we've said it many times. Elder abuse, definitely.
Yeah, but don't let this dude have the launch codes or be in charge of the White House, because all he's going to be in charge of is cleanups on.
But hey, he's planning on running again, so
whatever. What did you bring Lori Lightfoot for? She's really a
she won't
pillar.
shut the hell up either. But they had a great Memorial Day weekend in Chi-Town. I thought I'd bring the report for you because she's running for re-election.
Oh boy.
Beetlejuice.
I think that we have done a very good job under very daunting odds. And folks, just wait till Memorial Day and our summer. It will be the summer of joy in Chicago.
One of this weekend's shooting victims was shot here at DuSable Harbor. A 19-year-old girl was shot while riding her bike last night. In fact, Chicago saw one of the most violent Memorial Day weekends in years. 50 shot. Bruh. That shooting victim we just mentioned, one of 4 shot in downtown neighborhoods after we heard about safety focus there heading into the holiday weekend.
Just wait till Memorial Day and our summer. It will be the summer of joy in Chicago.
Summer of joy in Chicago.
There you go. Yeah, summer of joy.
What is it?
I need to exhale, calm my thoughts, and remember the pleasant moments from my life. Not today.
What the hell? What the hell?
I have one for Saturday night that's so funny. It's you and I. It's hilarious. I'm gonna bring it on Saturday night.
I can't. Why? What's JP doing? Is he doubling down on Joe or what?
Well, he's talking about Joe's recent fuck ups, and he breaks them down. I think his top 10 worst gaffes. So
all right,
I only brought the first 2. I think.
Let's fire him through.
Hey friends and family, after getting more popular vote than any other dementia patient in U.S. history, Joe Biden's certainly become very well known for being a great president. Oh, took a little something out of my soul just saying that. And he's also known for obviously being super honest in ways that aren't accurate relative to reality. So accordingly, let's take a look at President Brandon's top 10 biggest lies so far. And at the end of this video, I'll share why it's okay that he lies and how none of it's his fault. Biden said that January 6 rioters killed 2 police officers. He made this claim while he was giving a speech, aka trying to read off a teleprompter, at his alma mater, the University of Delaware, where he looked no less than 190 years old, as you can see here. Now that's at least an improved lie from a speech he gave in Wisconsin, where he implied that rioters killed 5 police officers. Now the reality is that the rioters, many of whom were peacefully led into the Capitol building by security guards, didn't kill anyone. Even though the media tried to frame it differently, one Capitol police officer died on January 7th after a medical examiner determined that he died from 2 strokes. And a Metropolitan police officer and a Capitol police officer both killed themselves following January 6th. And we're still awaiting word to see if their suicides were caused by themselves or the Clintons. So that leaves 0 as the exact number of police officers that rioters killed on January 6th at the Capitol. However, we can confirm that the number of protesters who have been illegally imprisoned as political prisoners following January 6th is much higher than 0. Number 2, withdrawing from Afghanistan while claiming a Taliban takeover is unlikely, and then the Taliban takes over immediately. Watch.
Back in July, you said a Taliban takeover was highly unlikely. Was the intelligence wrong, or did you downplay it?
There was no consensus. You go back and look at the intelligence reports.
And once the Taliban took over, shockingly, Biden claimed that military advisors didn't warn him against withdrawing troops from Afghanistan. However, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, head of U.S. Central Command, General Kenneth McKenzie, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, which I guess being top military advisors would qualify them as military advisors, all testified before the Senate that they recommended maintaining a presence of U.S. troops in Afghanistan and that their input was received by Biden. But then Biden made 2 wrongs a right with a 3rd wrong when he said, if there's Americans left, we're gonna stay to get them all out. Well, if by leave no man behind you mean leave men behind, then yeah, piece on us. And I guess in this Afghanistan piece is Biden's second biggest lie. There were actually 3 lies within this one lie, but they all left people dead. But I think there was a real good chance that Biden was identifying as telling the truth when he was lying about Afghanistan. So unless you're a biologist, you better just shut up unless you want to be censored.
You know, they had a list of lies for George W. Bush over his entire presidency, and it was like 1,100 or something.
Right.
I think Joe Biden's going to surpass that list at the rate he's
Oh, yeah.
going.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie because he doesn't remember what the truth is. And even if he did, he wouldn't tell it anyways because he's not told to tell it. Yeah, Jilly, he's not going to be verbal by 2024.
No, he's not. You're right, Jilly.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, he barely got through that Kimmel thing, and they cut the hell out of it because it was pre-recorded. Used to be live, but they don't do it anymore for situations like this. And we should anybody who voted for Biden. All of you shitlibs who voted for Biden, you never see this channel. You should have known he was going to lie when he became president because
I know. Yeah, that's what pisses me off.
The icing on the cake was the last debate when he lied 5 times when Bernie Sanders posted him on questions, and Bernie let him get away with it. One more for Bernie.
Yep.
Man, did you fuck up. And you know what, Bernie? I would have that conversation with you all day long in private because
I will. As a worker who supported Bernie inside the Democratic Party, I absolutely, as a delegate of Bernie Sanders, and let him know all the ways that he let us down. Believe me, I would have that conversation.
Especially I want that $150,000 back from my donations to your campaign that you gave to David Sirota. So there you go. There you go.
Or some other shitlib candidate. I brought us a United spot. You know, I watched the new Ghostbusters the other night over on Stars.
Yeah, you said it was good.
I was shocked because the last one was terrible. The all women one. I was just awful. Like, oh, this shit ruined this franchise. This one really went back to the 80s. I mean, the visually with all of the characters, like it's very nostalgic. It takes you back, especially for me, my childhood and watching Ghostbusters.
So it
was well written, very well written.
Ant-Man was in it, right? Ant-Man was in it. Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd, he plays kind of the Rick Moranis type character in it, and he does an excellent job. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, and he does.
I'll watch it on your recommendation. Now you watch what I recommend, okay?
I do. I actually watched The Boys. You've been telling me for a couple of years, and I just couldn't get past the first episode.
Oh, it's so gross.
It was so gross and so crude and so sexual. But once I got past it, you're absolutely right. I do like that series, and I'm caught up.
Yeah, it's they're just ripping off Marvel and Disney and
oh god
and throwing gross stuff in their face. So that's why I like it.
So. Farron. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Chanda, you need to update your merch. You need merch that says, we fucking told you guys. Keep up the great work. Love you.
Yeah.
We love you. And that is good. Yeah, you're right. I do need to do an overhaul of merch.
Oh yeah. We need production people too. So
I know we were working all day, every day.
Every day. Here we go. Ghostbusters Biden style. It starts out right.
Hell, wake up! What the hell is going on? Somebody's broken into the house! What the hell you want me to do about it? I don't know, call the police! Thank you for calling 911. What's your emergency? 911? What the hell's 911? We're the police! Well, what's the 911 mean? Well, ever since we got defunded, we can't afford the extra one. So, it's just 911 now. Oh, gotcha. All right. So what seems to be the problem? Somebody broke into our house. We need help! All right, I'm gonna need you to stay calm. I'm sending over my thoughts and prayers right now. Thoughts and prayers? Somebody broke into our house! Help now!
Please deposit 40 cents. 40 cents, please.
Oops! Unfortunately, that's all the time we can afford. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for calling 911. Now, wait a minute. Who the hell am I supposed to call for help? I don't know. Call a counselor. Ha! Oh, what are we gonna do now? Who are we gonna
like
call?
the painting.
Ghostbusters! If there's something strange in the neighborhood, don't call the police. Call Ghostbusters! There's something weird, and it don't feel good. Don't call the police. Call Ghostbusters! That's right, guys. Somebody's breaking into your house. Call a counselor. Call the police. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Nope. Right.
beyond stupid, but funny, right?
Yeah,
We giggle.
no, absolutely. It's getting to that point. Although, you know, those guys live in their own world too. What is
They
this?
do.
Who's done?
Okay, so we got to be careful. We're getting into kind of a COVID conversation, so let's be careful what we talk about. But I had to bring this, and I think we can talk about this here. Canada is starting to pay out for vaccine injuries to a few people.
Really?
Canada is, right? But we're not even talking about it here in America. We don't even have a way to talk about it here in America.
All right, so this is on the YouTube. So let's check it out.
More than a year ago, a BC man became partially paralyzed following his COVID-19 vaccine. Now the 40-year-old has become one of the first people in the country to be approved for compensation. But others are still waiting. CTV's Michelle Bernaro has the story.
With special braces for his legs,
I have no muscle or nerve movement or activity below my knees at this point.
Ross Whiteman is walking again, though with difficulty, and his hands, suffering nerve damage, have become stronger.
Both hands, they're, as you can see, they're curled in, and I don't have a lot of wrist strength. That makes obviously doing pretty much everything a challenge.
The former pilot and realtor developed a rare neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome after receiving the AstraZeneca vaccine in April of 2021. Recent BC CDC data indicates just 10 people in the province have ever been hospitalized with GBS after a COVID vaccine.
I had full facial paralysis. I couldn't smile. I couldn't show my teeth or anything like that.
I'm just kind of focusing on moving my feet.
For Whiteman, who was also initially paralyzed from the waist down, physiotherapy became a full-time job as he learned to move again.
My world got flipped upside down.
He recently received a letter from the Federal Vaccine Injury Support Program validating his vaccine injury and saying he had been approved for compensation, one of only a handful in the country.
It's vindicating. That's kind of the first thought that came to mind.
Langley Sean Muldoon, who developed serious blood clots after the AstraZeneca vaccine, is still waiting for compensation and unable to work. Meanwhile, Whiteman said while he's relieved to be getting funding, the real victory will be seeing small improvements in his health.
I've got a long road to go, but I've got a lot of support.
And he says he and his family are ready to face whatever challenges are still ahead.
Do we have that kind of program in this country? And why is it only a handful of people that are getting taken care of up there in Canada?
Right. I'm sure Canada is not going to cover very many people. I was shocked to see this. Like, why the fuck would they even let this get out? But yeah, here in America, no, they've signed liability waivers away. Oh, no,
Qualified
this is experimental
immunity.
trial. Yeah, no. And that's.
But it's safe and effective.
Totally safe and effective. Let me tell you, I sent you a video today and I sent Amber a video today. If you're not over on bandvideo.com, it's a right-wing type of platform. But here's the problem. Because the truth isn't allowed anywhere on left-leaning media, all of the truth now is over on those type of platforms. So I don't consider myself conservative at all. I don't consider myself right-wing. But I have to go to those sites to find truth. And Alex Jones has got his InfoWars over there, and the Health Ranger was over there. And there's a story over that will blow your freaking mind. It was a mortician, and he's testifying, and he has samples. I'm careful of clots. And I've brought the clots. You guys have seen them. And I did reporting on SADS this last week. If you haven't heard of SADS.
SADS, right?
SADS, right. And we think, we're seeing things. I mean, people that aren't inside the medical profession, but are on the outskirts of it. Who's on the outskirts? Your morticians, for sure. And they're telling us what they're seeing inside of cadavers as they're trying to embalm them. And it's mind-blowing. It's horrifying. Like, yeah, the stuff that used to be on YouTube, you can now find on other platforms, BitChute, Rumble, right? Band Video.
You brought this. What is this?
So this is, in the past month, this is a doctor. Dr. Lynn Flynn says, in the past month, I have seen 4 cases of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which is shingles involving ear and facial nerves. Never saw a single case in 32 years of practice. All vaxxed, 3 boosted, 2 to 3 months prior. Very odd. And of course, I brought this because Justin Bieber.
Is that Justin Bieber up there?
This next one, yes, that's him. That is
Holy
him.
crap!
This is a terrible meme, but it's kind of what's going on here. Yeah, we simplify facial recognition. Yeah, there's video out there on Twitter of him canceling his concert.
I read
because
about
he
that.
has
I
this.
didn't see the picture.
Apparently, it's temporary. Once the ear nerve settles down, his face will get its movement back. But how odd! His wife just had a mini stroke just 2 months ago.
What, the model?
Yeah, the
Bieber's,
Baldwin.
yeah.
Baldwin, yes. March 22nd, she had a mini stroke. They said it was a perfect storm of her taking birth control, having COVID, and flying to Paris and back is what caused it.
God, that gives me a mini stroke just thinking about it.
Right. But still, it's just, yeah. Eric Christensen, absolutely, if you're not over there watching him. This is what anybody who's paying attention to what the hell the CDC has been doing and the FDA is screaming about what they're trying to do when it comes to our children.
I saw this whole clip before, so yeah, this is a good one.
I don't think I brought
Booster
very
shots
much
are
of it.
being recommended for American children, in spite of the fact that those crackpot conspiracy theorists at Johns Hopkins Medical School are questioning their efficacy. So is it any wonder that America don't trust the CDC? Is it? Hello there, you wonderful, glorious creatures of the Lord, you awakening wonders. Our Lord God created light, is expressed in the form that you currently embody, and yet the consciousness surely pervades all things. We don't know that for sure. We can never really truly know. It's just a question. Listen, we've got loads of subscribers, but by Jove, I'd like more. If you don't subscribe yet, subscribe now. And apparently that's not enough. Turn on the notification bell, otherwise YouTube might trick you into not watching us. Notification bell. I'd never normally ask you, but I need you to do it now. We've got a wonderful story for you about Johns Hopkins Medical School. This is a great story about how the efficacy of booster shots for kiddies is being queried, and yet they're still being recommended by the CDC. It's a lovely story. This is from that conspiratorial, everyone's a lizard rag, Newsweek. People don't trust the CDC, and that's the end of the story. Now there's more. Here's one example illustrating why. 2 weeks ago, with no outcomes data on COVID-19 booster shots for 5 to 11-year-olds, the Centers for Disease Control, CDC, vigorously recommended the booster for all 24 million American children in that age group. Vigorously as well. Go on, have a booster shot. Come on, all right, a bit less vigor. You're not even certain it's the right thing to do. We are, it's profitable. What did you just say? I mean, it's good for you. The CDC cited a small Pfizer study of 140 children that showed boosters elevated their antibody levels, an outcome known to be transitory. When the study concluded, a Pfizer spokesperson said it did not determine the efficacy of the booster in the 5 to 11-year-olds. So the study didn't prove anything, but that didn't matter to the CDC. Doesn't matter. Seemingly hoping for a different answer. They should be hoping for answers. They're meant to be neutral, aren't they? The agency put the matter before its own kangaroo court of curated experts, the Advisory Committee on Immunisation Practices, ACIP. This is Marty Mackery. I listened to the meeting and I couldn't believe what I heard. At times, the committee members sounded like a group of marketing executives. There's a reason for that. Dr. Beth Bell of the University of Washington said, what we really need to do is to be as consistent and clear and simple as possible, pointing out that the committee needed a consistent recommendation, which is simple. That's mad, isn't it? Because the whole way through this, you're continually told, follow the science, follow the science, follow the data. If that's not consistent, then it looks like there's an economic imperative. As we've discussed many times on this channel, the problem with following the science is that the science follows the money.
Yep. Exactly. It follows the money every single damn time.
Every single time.
And anything that comes out of Washington State University is money paying for its propaganda, because they're aren't they the new Wuhan lab? And it's in the United States, I think. So I brought this from Just a Thought. I follow Just a Thought. I like Just a Thought. There, I fixed it. From the Atlantic, oh, what a reputable rag. The scientists are creating new incurable diseases in labs. Is that reasonable? And the correction was, who's funding this? By Olga Kazan. I think you nailed it, Just a Thought. Thank you so much. And Just a Thought's got some good input, good suggestions. We've got, please contact your congressional representatives And
this was Amber. She wanted us to, I think we put this up last week. This is a holdover, but still, yes, tell them no on the for kids.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Put it up there. Just tell them no. And then
Just tell
we've
them
got
no.
Brother Julian still being tortured. And
I found this picture. I just found it so heartwarming and sad at the same time.
It is. This is a travesty. This is not justice by any means. Another Sabby Sabs. I had to bring it because she's responding to Ryan Knight. Robert Reich is calling for Liz Cheney for president. Trump broke every single one of these fake-ass progressives' brains. Yes, Ryan. And Sabby says, Robert Reich proves me right again. It's a corporate party. Both parties are a corporate party. And Robert Reich wrote a Substack. He's getting a little pushback over there by the thousands.
Good.
And I invite any of these vote blue, no matter who, Blue Dog people to have this discussion as to why is one of your idols who basically hasn't been right on anything, why do you hold him in high esteem when he's suggesting Liz Cheney for president?
He might as well be a goddamn Republican himself. I'm sorry, I've done nothing but push back against that man since 2015. I
but he's a nice little old guy. He's got a little chalkboard.
And he draws cute little pictures with his chalkboard, and he makes, when he wants to follow the money, he can follow the money. But normally he just is comfortable where he's at, so why even bother?
He's better than Dr. Strange. He can bend reality in the worst ways.
His love for the Clintons is just a turn-off.
Unbelievable. Makes me sick. So, again, challenge this kind of bullshit because Liz Cheney, there's a laundry list of things why you should why even bother? This is great.
This.
What did you do?
One day closer to Liz Cheney's new job hosting The View.
Oh my!
Liz Cheney. Remember, this was her opening statement for the January 6th committee. She says, "Hearing, I say to my Republican colleagues who are defending." Who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Trump. That's somebody taking the TDS syndrome to a new level.
They freaking ran her out of town. You remember they?
They did. So Robert, they've rehabilitated all the shit lives, the Bushes, the Cheneys, and all of them. They're the good guys now because they were against Trump. So if you're that stupid, just don't even bother. Don't get up in the morning. Just stay in bed.
Okay. So I just want to be clear that I don't normally go after people's looks, and I didn't but this is funny. Liz Cheney does look like Miss Piggy. I'm not kidding. She does. The resemblance is there. So
yeah, I do. It's
not a dig on her looks.
Yeah, I see. That's a good anthropomorphization of Liz Cheney. That's big. What's this CBS News? Did you bring this or did I bring it?
Oh God, this is the Trump. So this is the whole point. Nobody gets the point of the January 6th thing, right? They think that, it's so that way there can be recommendations to the Department of Justice that they can do something or they can charge people. The bottom line is they're trying to point out that Trump duped his followers for money. He gathered money when he knew that he couldn't beat them with lawsuits and law to overturn the election. So he took money from them knowing darn well he was lying. And that's the whole point of this.
Okay, let's check it out.
Following day 2 of the House Select Committee's hearings on January 6th, Chairman Benny Thompson told reporters that the panel will not make any criminal referrals of former President Trump or anyone else to the Justice Department. Meanwhile, Vice Chair Congresswoman Liz Cheney released a statement pushing back on the chairman's comments. She said that the committee will make a decision on criminal referrals at the appropriate time. So for more on this, we want to bring in CBS News legal contributor Keir Dugal. Keir, thanks for joining us.
What the hell?
It
Keir
certainly
Dugal?
seemed
What kind of name is
statements
that?
like that they were not just, I've said this several times, that they were not just trying to put together a list of recommendations, they were going a step further. And then when we heard yesterday, not only the testimony about whether or not the president believed the big lie, but also the way that was used to raise money and what that money was spent on, it certainly seemed as if the panel panel was trying to sort of connect this untruth, deliberate untruth or mistruth or lie, to the use of money, which is not about, democracy and the threat to democracy. That's about a whole other thing. So how does the House Select Committee have the authority to make a criminal referral on this matter? Because they're not a criminal
Ask the question, will you?
body.
Right, there's a lot there to untangle, and those are good questions.
Especially the way she said
the
it.
House Committee itself obviously is not the decider on criminal charges. It's the Justice Department, and under our constitutional separation of powers, there really are independent things. In this context, a referral is really just a recommendation. It's effectively it's a tip. If it's coming from Congress, it's it carries a little more oomph. Something that would demand attention from the Justice Department more than just perhaps, or get higher level of attention than some random tip. But we've already seen reports in the press that Merrick Garland has said, I will be watching these committee hearings from start to finish, and he has said that he would ensure that all of the January 6th prosecutors would be doing the same thing. So this idea of a recommendation, it's already coming through the hearings themselves.
Okay, so that was the whole point, right? They don't have to make recommendations because they're doing a televised, theater where you're going to get the narrative, you're going to get the message, and so will they.
It's propaganda.
It's propaganda. Trump stole your money. Don't vote for him. Don't like him. It's going to be where they're going to spin it in the next couple of airings of The Greatest Show on Earth. What's the next one? Friday? I don't even care. I haven't even followed.
Democrats' new hero, Liz Cheney, voted with Trump 92.9% of the time. Hello. So don't use that as an excuse that she's got guts and gusto. Lindsey Graham, the top Republican Senate Budget Committee, just said Republicans could go after Social Security and Medicare if they win power in November. This comes from the Democrats. Now, what's wrong with this statement? Or is this what they always say before an election?
This is what the Dems always say. They're coming for your Social Security.
Fear, death, mayhem, murder. Republicans bad, Democrats good. No question a Republican House will impeach Joe Biden. CNN legal analyst. And I got to look, and guess who the legal analyst is on this?
Who?
Jeffrey Toobin.
No way. He's Toobin. Toobin.
Toobin. They're going to impeach Joe Biden. Toobin. I saw that.
He's up there with Adam shit.
You got to be kidding me. We are living in a cartoon.
Right.
Anthony Blinken says to maintain pressure on North Korea until it changes course. The administration's policy has done nothing to bring to the table by Dave DeCamp. This is Lion Blinken. We need to come up with some kind of a catchphrase for Lion Blinken, because
the secretaries of states just lie.
Just a lying piece of garbage. Let's get on to some good news before we get out of here.
Hillary Clinton was his idol. That's what you get.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They just like the buffet. Through the history of man, we've existed for hundreds of thousands of years, sometimes in peace, sometimes in war. We are now at a point when 3% of the population is at war for the life of our very world itself. Make no mistake, our planet will die unless the other 97% takes action. That's us, everybody. We're the 97%, the 3%, the wealthy, 1% to 3%. They're destroying us. They are destroying us.
But hey, they're flying their jets from frickin', gathering to gathering to tell you that we have got to stop destroying the earth.
We got to stop destroying the earth. Peter Kalmus, very, very respected. It's incredible to me how many people aren't terrified by the climate emergency. I am. My garden's not even growing. And it's the middle of June. It's usually up and running by about May 5th, May 6th, right after Mother's Day. And we've got western wildfires, forced evacuations in Arizona and California. And I think that's not even including the New Mexico fire. It may. I think that encroached on Flagstaff. Flagstaff,
so bad.
Flagstaff, June 11th saw the temperature rise in Death Valley further to 123 degrees Fahrenheit, shattering the record of 120 degrees for the day in 1994. And I was going through Death Valley that day. No shit. I was going through Death Valley that day, driving through it that day, June 11th. Isn't that weird? That's what caught my eye.
That is.
That's what caught my
You know
eye.
what? I was traveling on that time too. I was driving across the country and it was so bloody fucking hot. I remember that.
Yeah,
wow,
it was
crazy.
stupid. Well, that's you and I. We share a brain, so
We do. Obviously,
go.
why wouldn't we be traveling 30 years ago at the same time?
Yeah.
That's
How
crazy.
did I know this? Because I had pictures. And it had
Yeah,
the
you had pictures. Farron, you just melted my mind with that link. Oh my God.
And here's another page of good news. Potential environmental nuclear bomb. The Great Salt Lake is drying up, everybody.
I was going to bring a report on it. Yes, I know about this. I grew up in Salt Lake, so
yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's just going to be a nasty. I mean, it's already a nasty cesspool, but now all the brine shrimp are going to die off too, and then the birds
They're
are
gonna
dying.
die.
And
the birds are
yeah,
dying. The horses, the wild horses,
wild horses.
All the animal life is dying, and you know, God knows the bees are going to die too. There. This one's a Chilean lake turns to a desert. We beg God for water. Okay, you won't see this on Rachel Maddow's show. Sounding the climate change alarm. It's not climate change, it's climate catastrophe. And lastly, we got a really sweet one here. Earthquake swarm hits Yellowstone as unprecedented floods close park.
Oh,
you should have seen some of those roads that got flooded out. That's horrible, those floods. But you know what comes with earthquake swarms? That's volcanoes. And Yellowstone is a caldera.
But they say it's fine. It's not even close to going off. You got nothing to worry about. Because they would tell you the truth if it was ready to go.
Never happened. I don't think I've heard the truth since 1963 when Kennedy got assassinated. Oh, never mind. Skip that.
Oh, they're starting to tell a few truths about UFOs, but only so they can get shit funded in space that they want to play with.
Okay.
That's the only reason they're telling you guys the truth about UFO encounters with the military.
We have another wonderful meme.
Amazing card. I love this card.
Mass wealth accumulation happens when mass numbers of workers are exploited for their labor. Mass wealth accumulation happens when the rich amass profits offshore to avoid paying taxes. General strike. Mass wealth redistribution will be the only happen when the masses demand it. We outnumber them massively. Lots of massive. General strike. So when the shelves are 50% out of stock at the markets that you shop at for your food, when you can't afford to get enough gas to go to the doctor or the dentist or anywhere, when it's too hot and you can't afford to turn on your air conditioner.
AC, that's going to be the killer.
When you can't pay your bills, is that when you're going to do the general strike? What do you think, Chanda? Are they going to, or is it going to?
I don't know, but I'm watching, and when they do, I will be there. We will be there.
Yep. Linda's got another one, mutual aid here. She's knocking it out of the park. 1 in 5 children lives in poverty because their parents live in poverty. Get it through your head.
Not according to Biden. They solved poverty. Remember the Dems when they passed the CARES Act and they solved poverty?
How many times do I got to say mutual aid, mutual aid, mutual aid? And everybody thinks, oh, it's going to take more. Mutual aid is part of the mechanism of making change. It has to be. That's the only way we're going to have to help our sisters and brothers. So that's that.
And so many are depending on it now. I'm seeing more and more of the people around me asking for help, just out of desperation, because nobody likes to ask for help. So
nobody likes to ask for help.
If you see somebody asking for help, they have to. They don't want to ask, but they need to. They have to.
Does anybody in the chat need help? If you do, I respect you for putting that ask in the chat. Direct it to any website or anything that you need help with. I'm not going to shout you out, so it's on you. You ask it. Right here with your sisters and brothers, how we can help. You brought this.
You sounded like a church sermon there for a second.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be.
Our Father Oz, calm down.
Yeah, I am. Did you bring this? Is this Tupac?
Tupac. This is Tupac. We're not from the left and we're not from the right. We're from the bottom and we're coming for those on the top. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they're militarizing the police more and more every day. Scumbag of the week. I brought this, didn't I? I think I did.
Scumbag of the week. Well, I just figured these two, Benny and Liz, they are the scumbags of the week.
They and proudly so.
Very proudly so.
Proudly so. Be the scumbags of the week, no matter how much Robert Reich sucks your toes. So you are the scumbags of the week. And then we've got Fee Says. Like I said, when we put a Fee Says and a Sabby Says, we're serious. You want to.
Right.
You're all doing the work out there in independent media, and we appreciate that. And this is how we reach out and support you. One of the ways, anyway. You brought this one, right?
Always. Sister Fee says the U.S. establishment thinks it can continue using the same tactics without opposition, weaponizing J6, the FBI intelligence-led insurrection to nominate Cheney is a joke and won't fly in 2022. When there's a looming recession in the world, the world is united against their constant lies. Yes, agree.
Yeah,
I think that's a holdover from last week. I'm sure the Empire is telling the truth this time.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Farron says the problem, Oz, is people can't afford to take a day off from work. They can't.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Fuck off. The economy's booming. Thanks, Farron.
And sure in hell, don't get sick. Don't get sick because you can't afford the time off and you can't afford the medical bills.
Yep. It's tough because now, like our sister Amber, she's got to work from home and she's sick. But she's still got to work.
Poor thing.
So,
shout out. Hope you feel better, Sister Amber.
Sister Amber, I hope you're feeling better. I was sick all week last week, and I appreciate everybody shouting me out. So Sister Amber's under the weather, so we need to help her out. Now this is great. Kim Iverson got married, and our sister Fee and brother Johnny Sue was at the wedding. Don't they look great there?
They look awesome.
Johnny looks so happy. It's probably because he got a day off from engineering combo couch for like 6 months. So I feel you, brother. And who's the guy on the end? That's Jon Favreau, isn't it? Isn't he the director, writer? Jon Favreau?
They all look so sharp and spiffy. That's a great picture.
That is. Pasta, I'm just giving you shit. I always give you shit, so... Pasta, Johnny, Iverson, Kim Iverson, and Fee. Congratulations on your wedding, Kim. And she's going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I think Rising's shutting down for 2 weeks. So that's
she carries that show.
That's a relief. So go enjoy your vacation. Don't worry about it. They'll make it. They'll make it. Housekeeping. We got housekeeping.
I brought a few housekeepings. Of course, we wanted to shout out to Lucky. Have I seen Lucky today? Is Lucky here?
Lucky's here. Yeah, Lucky's here.
Okay, Lucky's here. Lucky
Burrito. Yes.
This is from Linda. She says, thank you, Lucky. Oh, look at this. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful jewelry. Wow. And I love the magnets. I love my magnets.
I do too. I've got a couple of necklaces and I got some magnets.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much, Lucky. You can support Lucky. Go to Fearlessly Authentic and Lucky can drop the link. It's the Give, Send, Go. Steve Cutler Live, Lucky Burrito. If you want to go over there, that would be much appreciated in our quest for mutual aid for everybody. So thank you, Linda. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful art, Lucky. Thank you, Steve Cutler, for all your
I love
support.
those sunglasses.
Yeah, I do too. They're way...
Those are going to show up on the Boomer deck, I can tell you.
Way cool. So we're about ready to get out of here. We have, what's the next slide here?
This is talking about hot summer nights with Beauty and the Boomer. What our plans are for this summer.
Yeah, when do we kick that off? It's not this weekend, it's next weekend, right?
Next weekend. Summer doesn't officially start till what, the 20th?
21st, I think.
21st.
Somewhere
okay, so it'll be the Saturday after that. But yeah, we're going into our Hot Summer Night series for Beauty and the Boomer. And we're going to go retro, boomer, everything. We're doing 60s, 70s. It's going to be game shows, magazine covers, anything.
Film noir.
Film noir. We're going to start it out with film noir the first week. So
Black and White week. Hot
Black
summer
and
nights.
White week.
We're going to come
Hot
in
summer
and be
nights.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. We're looking forward to doing that because we're always looking for great things to do. And if you have any material or subjects or anything, send them to beautyandtheboomerafterdark@gmail.com.
I won.
You won?
I won because you always win if you only put like $1 or $2. Right. We've been watching this our whole lives.
Yeah.
It's always the person that bets $1 or $2 that wins.
I like my hair in that one. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're absolutely. I love you on Three's Company too. And
I
who
missed it
does
on
remember?
I missed.
Who remembers this though? Who remembers the name of the bar on Three's Company?
I don't remember the name. The theme song coming, knock on my door.
Right. I know you guys in the chat know the name of the bar.
It wasn't Cheers.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not going to say it until somebody puts it in the chat.
Who
So
remembers
if you
the
can,
name of the bar?
If you can remember.
I don't remember the name of the bar.
You will once I say it. You'll
Well,
be like, oh God, yeah, I totally
Back
remember
then,
that.
I was smoking so much weed, I couldn't remember.
Nah,
much
you'll
anyway.
totally remember it. It's the Regal Beagle.
Oh yeah, the Regal Beagle.
I told you you'd remember. The
Oh
Regal
yeah,
Beagle.
thank you. You got to give the Boomer a kickstart. So, that's
what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do. And remember, if you would like
Exactly, Popeye.
if we would like some Global South Gold or some Moscow Magic Russian Blend, just let us know and just send us an email at beautyandtheboomer@gmail.com, and they will forward it to Joey, who is my wonderful wife and partner for life, my soulmate. She will make you some, and she's got some terrific blends. We got some great coffee in just in time for the apocalypse. So that's where we're at on that.
Lovely.
And this address is still viable, and I'm going to say I'm glad.
For now it is.
I'm glad it's
For
still
now.
viable, but I hear the decision's coming down the pike.
It is, I've been stopping by Comrade Misty Winston's show over on TNT Radio. I was over there yesterday. Yeah, I was over there yesterday, and she does really quick breakdowns that they blast out over the radio. And yeah, it's not looking good. It is not looking good at all for now. That address will work. There was one judge had ruled that yes, indeed, that the UK had spied on Julian's attorneys, or one of his attorneys, not Stella, even though we all know what they did to Stella. So I don't know what that's going to mean in the courts for the extradition process, if it will even come into weighing on that. So yeah, we're still up in the air, limbo, every day.
Jimmy Young says the apocalypse will happen only if we allow it. Jimmy, I'm losing faith in my fellow sisters and brothers out there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they do something about it. I really do.
That's true.
So we are going out tonight. What do we have for announcements? We've got Combo Couch tomorrow. Pasta's gotten out of his crypt. I think he was in there.
Oh, good.
Sleeping in and out. Was he on the AM Anarchy in the morning this morning, or?
I don't know. I actually got to play it. So
yeah, I didn't see it, but no, he called me today and said, "Sorry, I didn't call you about Monday."
That's what he always says. He starts every conversation with "Sorry, I didn't call you."
Yeah, he's the pre-apologist, and he's a very thoughtful guy. But we know how busy he is, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So I just yell at him. So that,
I know, right?
Yeah,
we do.
He calls.
Well,
me.
I'm gonna be hanging out on Friday with him, and so is Farron. Farron's gonna join us, so it's gonna be Farron, Pasta, and I on the combo for Friday.
Yeah, I don't know. Sister Amber's gonna have anything. She might do a pre-produced.
Oh, she
thing.
shouldn't even worry about it. She is sick and hurting.
I
and
told
if
her
nothing comes till next week. Nothing comes till next week.
Don't
Worry about your
it.
house.
Then we got Beauty and the Boomer on Saturday night. And looking like we're gonna have some material for that one, but we're gonna try and do a good closeout show for the spring series, and then start with the Hot Summer Nights, like Chanda said.
Summer Nights.
We're looking forward to seeing you on Beauty and the Boomer on Saturday. I think I've even got the card done already. So Shanda's got the hair thing going on.
It's always fun when we get to go do like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We've done theme shows quite a few times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And again, so many thanks to everybody in our chats who follow us. Like I said, this is a place where you can come and not get so much information from some of our great reporters in independent media out there.
Deep dives,
We try and loosen it up a little bit and just give you a taste of what's going on out there in our perspective. But again, Sabrina Salvati, Sabby Sabs, abso-frickin-lutely a must every day that you get a chance. Follow her. and Eric over there, and Revolutionary Blackout Network. They do some good work. Franco, Hardlands Media, Convo Couch, of course, Misty.
Fair and Balanced.
Fair and Balanced, and all of our other sisters and brothers out there that I see you in the chats. So
Is Oz going to dress up? Oz does dress up a lot, Farron. You should have seen our first year together. He wore outlandish costumes every show.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow up. It's not working. Like I said, I've got my avatar. This is Appa. Anybody who's an avatar. Where's Glory Jones? She'll back me up.
Yeah, Glory would back you up. But I just want to say, I am requesting that you bust out I Dream of Jeannie, Oz Jeannie, for our Hot Boomer Nights.
When?
Sometime this summer for Hot Boomer Nights. We're doing flashbacks to 60s comedies and sitcoms, and
I will.
I'm requesting Jeannie.
I'll bring Jeannie back.
Jeannie was my favorite.
Yeah, Jeannie's great. So Pippi's good too. I like Pippi.
Pippi was great too.
Yeah,
Pippi was great.
Pippi's great too. So what are we going out with? What's this song?
Okay, so this is Youth of a Nation cover by Pod. It's a great cover, and I figure this is kind of like our tribute to since I'm going to go with the whole theme thing for the whole summer, we're going to be going flashing back to like greatest summer hits of the 60s. And so this is kind of our last hard-hitting one till next fall.
Hard-hitting one till... I hope this works. I see I already screwed it up. I've got the frame in there. I did this pre-production in like 6 minutes.
Oh, you did?
6 minutes, and I don't know how it sounds. I don't know how it looks. I probably effed it up. Anyway, thanks again to everybody. I'm going to check the Rockfin really quick.
Let's make sure we didn't miss anybody.
Jim Copeland Morris and Leonard Trust Fund. Always great to see you. Let's see who else is in there. We got Barack Obama's in there.
Hey, Barack, welcome. Don't drink the water in Flint.
Don't drink the water in Flint. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yes, anyway, thank you, everybody. Have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow around noon, hopefully on the Convo Couch. But Friday, because everybody's on time on Fridays, right? We'll see you on the Convo Couch with Fair and Balanced, Chanda Oz. Shout out to Thurston Community Media. Thank you for supporting our show, Boomer to Boomer. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
I wish I wouldn't know cause I did kiss my mama goodbye. I didn't tell her that I love her and how much I care. All that my pops, all the talks and all the wisdom we share. Unaware I just did what I always do. Every day the same routine before I scared out to school. But who knew that this day wasn't like the rest? Instead of taking the test, I took 2 to the chest. Caught me by, but I didn't see it coming. Everybody was running, but I couldn't hear nothing except God blast. It happened so fast, I didn't really know this kid, he was a part of the class. Maybe this kid was reaching out for love, or maybe for a moment he forgot who he was, or maybe this kid just wanted to be hugged. Whatever it was, I know it's because we are the youth of the nation. 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 Little Susie, she was only 12. She was given the world with every chance to excel. Hang with the boys and all the stories they tell. She might act kinda pop, but no respect for herself. She finds love in all the wrong places. The same situations, just different faces. She's up her pace since her daddy left her. Too bad he never told her she deserved much better. And Johnny Boy was always playing the fool. He broke